world. What's going on, everyone?
What's
Welcome,
going
welcome,
on?
welcome to Moments with Epic.
Absolutely, and we have a very special guest tonight. So you have me, Ivan. You got that way. So we got Ricky, my man, over here, and we have two very special guests, some friends of ours from RioSquad, Carlos and Danny. What is going on, guys? So
Going
good to
on?
have
What's
you
going
here.
on?
Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome,
Super,
welcome. Thank
super
you.
happy to
Thank
be
you.
here with you guys.
Yes, thank you for
Excited.
having us.
Absolutely. No, yeah, it's a huge blessing. Huge blessing. So yeah, I mean, one of the things that like we always like to like talk about with other artists is just kind of like what's going on with like our lives, especially with the situation right now, with the quarantine and everything. So like, um, how have you guys been? You know, how's this season been affecting you guys? Like, how's God been reaching out to you, to your hearts in this time?
And to give everyone a kind of a quick warning, this episode is going to be a little Spanglish. We're going to be going back and forth a little bit. I'm just giving
Yes, para
everyone.
todos nuestros seguidores hispanohablantes, también vamos a estar hablando en español. So don't worry, we're
Bueno,
Carlos.
for me, honestly, um, it's been a pretty easy transition because I was I was actually laid off from my previous job. I was a
Mm.
compliance officer
Mhm.
at a private bank, and I was without a job for like a year plus.
Wow.
So basically, I was just home doing freelancing. I'm a freelancer, a graphic designer. So
Nice.
I've been doing freelancing for that period of time. So when this whole thing happened, it was just like just my kids just came home full time because since they were in school, now
Yeah.
they're here every day. So for
Right.
me, it was like a small transition. It wasn't something that affected me like as opposed of somebody that worked and stopped working just be home at full time. The only thing
Right.
that changes was like basically going out and being
Right.
with a mask, with gloves, and going to the supermarket and coming back in and disinfecting myself and throwing everything to the laundromat and cleaning everything,
Right.
just being that little detail, that annoying little detail, just because you don't want to transmit anything at home, and
Right.
cleaning out your
Yeah, of course, of
sneakers. And
course.
so it hasn't been, from that point of view, it hasn't been that bad. I mean, what the good part of all the situation is that we have been getting close as a family prayer,
So
praying more, doing the rosary, getting more close with the kids. And during Holy Week, it was more connecting. It was more teaching the kids, about the passion. And
mm,
from that point of
that's so
view, it
cool.
was, yeah, that was pretty nice. And other than that, I mean, it gets boring because
It has its moments, yeah.
yeah, it gets boring and frustrating, because like being with the kids at home, it's no joke. Because even
Right.
though
I can
even
only
though they
imagine, yeah.
even though they get schoolwork, but
Right.
they're all over the place, and it's like you can't do your work. And it's like you don't want to take them out because you don't know what's going on. And it's
Right.
like
Right, yeah.
it's just been crazy from my end.
Well, from my end, I was working. I am working. I came back to work already. But I was working, and then they sent me home like for 2 weeks. They said, "Oh, we saw you in contact with somebody,
Oh
so you got to
wow.
go home for 2 weeks." So when they called me, I was scared because, like, oh man, what about if I'm sick? And then mentally, I was thinking I was getting sick. So I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I was like checking on myself, like, am I good or
Real
what?
thing.
So I was scared because I got kids too. So I said, man, I want to bring it home. Then if I'm sick, then I can't be with the kids. So that's gonna be crazy because
Right, yeah.
I'm very close to them. So I don't want to be away. But then I said, man, I feel good. I wasn't sick, thank God. So I went to work, and they sent me back home again for 2 more weeks. I wasn't mad.
Yeah.
I was happy to be home, but I get what Carlos saying. It's a little crazy when you're home and
Yeah,
the kids are home because they get school. So I'm like, yo, I'm doing more in the
like
house than I do at
sure.
work. Definitely do more in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's and I work in Midtown New York, and now that I'm back, it's dead. Like there's nothing going
Wow.
on. Like everything is closed. I
That's
never
crazy.
never seen the city like this.
Yeah, the
Never
city.
in my life.
The
So I'm like,
city's
this
sad.
looks like a movie. Like you walk down there, it's like a scary movie, not a good one.
Like
Either.
I Am Legends. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy because
Yeah.
so a few of us got a chance to myself and Jesse before kind of everything really exploded in New York. We got a chance to film in New York. A
Yeah,
video with our friend Athenas, which I know you guys know as well.
yeah,
You guys
yeah.
work with it as well. And no, so we got a chance to film a music video over there. And we got a chance to spend a few nights in New York. And like I remember, I went out biking with our videographer one night, and bro, it really is like my dad's from Queens, so I've always known, but like it really, we were there on a Tuesday night, and it's like the city that never sleeps because
Oh yeah.
everyone is still going. So the fact that to hear that everything's just like
no.
completely
Yeah.
on the back burner right now, it's
Yeah.
that's wild,
You know it's serious when Starbucks is closed. It's serious.
Like,
Oh jeez.
There's one in
That's
each
gotta be.
corner.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
well,
Oh
you
man.
guys, I mean,
That's crazy.
something we like to, we've been able to do obviously during this time is bring different artists on here and help to give an encouraging message and a hopeful message to those that follow us, those that follow them, and to remind them that the Lord is working during this time. And so we just kind of wanted to also like allow you guys to talk to people, to talk to the people about your ministry and where you guys kind of like how you guys kind of work and how you are chasing after the heart of God through your ministry, whatnot. How you're bringing him his light to other people and whatnot. So if you guys want to talk on that a little bit.
Well, we have like around 10-year, no, like 14. Yeah, we lost count. we started in 2003, around there.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
our music, yeah. So we've been influenced with the hip hop culture, being raised in New York City, is heavily influenced in our lives. I mean, from Spanish music,
Right.
For a long time. So basically, Denny and I, we knew each other from the Catholic Charismatic Center here in the Bronx. We knew each other like just face to face, like no type of relationship. Into one time, God put us together to work in the United Nations. At that time, we were doing messaging, so we delivered the cards to different locations in the UN. And since then, um, at that time in life, I was actually producing music for local artists here, secular music. So I was doing like hip hop and reggaeton beats for like local artists. So when I met with Danny was a musician since he was born as a musician. So when we got together, I presented some type of music, like the ideas that I had in music, and we started reading the Bible, and like the friendship just clicked right away. It was just crazy because I was in church, but I wasn't like all fully into it, mostly because I was grabbed, by producing music in the world and things like that. So once we got together, we started sharing the Bible, and during lunchtime, and that spirituality started to to arise,
Yeah.
and then he started getting like hugs here and there, just basically all that influence that we had from music, and at the same time knowing a little bit of a Christ, we just everything just came about, which is the reason why
So God was putting y'all to
we
work.
decided.
All right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
which is the reason why we titled our first and second album Revelation, La Revelación, because it was
Wow.
like
Oh, okay.
it was like basically God revelando like music to us, and
Yeah.
then he's the one
Yeah.
that writes all the hooks, and I'm mostly the one that produces the music, and we clicked it like that. So then it just from there it kept on, and there was one time that we presented the one song to Joan Sanchez. I don't know if you guys know him. He's a worship leader in Spanish music.
I think I've heard his name. Yeah.
Rings a
Yeah,
bell.
it's
I grew up with
he's
Spanish mass. I'm pretty sure the name rings a bell somewhere.
so he was actually the one who baptized the name RioSquad, which I'll get later to it.
Oh,
So
Wow.
we showed one song, and he's like, guys, this is something that it cannot be hidden. We need to publicize this, and it was like that. The guy put us in a concert without even us agreeing. He put us in a flyer, and he's like, "This is gonna be the first time you perform, and from there on, it's just a big blessing. People just accepted us, and it's been tough because urban music and church is
In
like
2003, in
in two,
2003
Right.
was
Yeah.
not the same.
2003,
Wow.
yeah,
I can only
Yeah.
imagine.
Very
2000,
different scene.
Yeah.
people were criticizing us, people were criticizing this type of music,
Right.
que la música es del diablo,
Right.
that there's no way that you guys could do this and pray and worship at the same time. But we've been steady, we kept our vision. It was something that God put in our heart, and regardless of what people have been saying, we the funny thing is that in concerts that people see that we're about to do this type of genres, those are the type of people that have received the most.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, those are the type of people that they come to a table and they compliment, and and they tell us that we're supporting you, we're buying your music to take to our kids.
That's
Because
amazing.
they couldn't they just can't they didn't understand that this type of music was done in church.
Right.
So
Praise God, man. Praise God.
it's been a big blessing. It's been a long journey, and there's been a lot of up and down, but we've been there just firm, try to
And
continue.
like Carlos said, it wasn't really me and Carlos planning this because
Yeah.
I was very shy. Carlos will tell you, I would never imagine myself like grabbing a mic and then rapping. Never imagine myself. So even though I
That's
was
true.
very influenced by the urban, by the rap, and I never said, "Oh, I want to do that." No, I never said that. But God just kept revealing like all these hooks and stuff. So he's like, "Yo, we put it together,"
That's
and that's
it.
when we really realized, "Oh, we have to do something with this. We can't
Yeah.
just let it go." So he really pushed us. And then we said we have to do this. So the whole thing, it came from him. It wasn't from us, and
Yeah.
and
Battle,
that's
yeah.
when we see other testimony. Kids come up to us. They always, and it's been amazing just to see how God works through this music.
Through the music.
To some people it's not pleasing, but to God it is. So that's all it counts.
Man, that's fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. That's so good, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and just the way that like, because that's so important, especially like with newer generations, with younger generations. Like it's something that we strongly believe in. Like being able to meet people where they're at,
Yes.
and like through our gift of music, why wouldn't we go for it?
Right.
So it's like I think it's awesome that like all the way in freaking 2003, you guys are sticking with this vision. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
That is wild. Like
No,
that's an
it's-
anointing for sure. Like
And it's been a blessing because nowadays this type of reggaeton, hip hop in Spanish, it has a big influence nowadays, and
Yep.
you guys see the charts, and you
Yep.
see that this is what's sounding out there. So it's amazing that you have the youth that listen to the same type of music, that they have a different option now
Yep.
to listen to something that is clean, that is actually going to help them out,
Right.
maintain or push them to more to the Lord and things like that. So it's been crazy. It's been amazing. We've it's been a blessing. I mean, we lasted a long time
Yeah.
without coming without an album. We lasted
Okay.
like 6-7 years without an album,
7 years, yeah.
and it was
Wow.
mostly because we wanted to push it.
Right.
As you guys know, coming out with a whole production is really expensive,
Yep.
especially when you're independent.
Yeah.
That everything comes out from your own funds.
Right.
Somebody
So
else's
we
fun.
felt that every time we'll go to different events, it was new,
Yeah.
and so we felt like it wasn't that time, because we'll go to an event, it was basically new music. But nowadays, we were like the type of music that we had before, it was a little bit old. So it was like, no, it's time to come out with something new and
Yeah.
something fresh, something different. And it's been accepted, and we're so grateful for it.
Yeah. And and our vision, like with what we do in our music, really aligns with what you guys are doing as well. Because we really believe, truly. I mean, like we're in this band. We're really in like our early to mid 20s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We want to make music for the people that are our age and younger. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
we believe that the Lord can speak to people through all types of different mediums and all types of different outlets and all types of different forms of expression. Especially nowadays, like you might reach a kid who is only listening to hip hop, but you're able to give him the gospel message in a way that he's never heard before, and it's encountering him in a new way, him or her, you know what I mean, in a new way. And it's so important, which is why we try to, we try to put a little bit of trap influence too, and like a little bit of obviously now we're doing some more bilingual stuff where we translate some of our songs and whatnot because we're all Hispanic,
Yeah.
Some of us
I'm trying.
yeah.
I've never heard that myself, but I try.
But
you're there.
And so I really believe in what you guys are doing, and I've listened to your music, and the quality is amazing, guys, and really like it's awesome to see because we're trying to kind of going on that same journey, you know.
Yeah,
I can say this the same way. I like you guys' unique style. You guys have a unique style, so that's really good for the church, because we need more different. Everybody needs like something different. So what you guys bring to the table is totally different to what's out there in the church, in the Catholic Church. So it's so refreshing to hear something like that. To me, that's my opinion. So I really like the style.
Thank you so much.
It's true. I agree.
It's all for him,
Because when and it's kind of sad or bad to say, but when you be like, oh, this is Catholic.
Hey, you're not wrong.
You gotta do your investigation. Like, let me see if this is Catholic. I'm like, yes. You understand? Because we don't have that. It has been evolving, and we have new people are coming with that type of vision, which is amazing. They always ask us like, what is it the message that you have for the new people that are coming up, upcoming, and it's like professionalism. You understand? It's like, why not? Why not? Like, try to do the best thing you can.
Absolutely.
Like, you have other people that do it, that they invest, that they give it their all, just don't come up with something because, it popped to my head.
Right.
Let me just look for music and write, dedicate your time, give it everything that you got. And it's something that we really liked from you guys because like I said, when I personally heard from you guys, like, nah, this is not Catholic. Let me go look from the image that you guys have, from your graphics, from everything, and it's a blessing, and it's what we need. It's what we need.
We really believe in that. We really believe in that, and we believe that's that relatability. You know what I mean, to the people that are like I said, like our age, like this. We call like this generation of Catholics like the new evangelization, right?
Right.
It's new and it's fresh and it's unique, and we're trying to like be able to be that way just because like that's who we are, you know what I mean, and it is authentic to us, so I really appreciate you guys saying that for sure.
Definitely. And I know you guys kind of talked about like how it's been working at home with like the quarantine with like your family situation and all that, which I still think is amazing. The fact that like parents can come home to their kids and like just kind of spend that more time. It's something that I've been seeing like in my own home, and like everybody that I know, like they're spending a lot more time with the family, reconciling happening. There we go.
It's true.
Like that healing, and it's like that's good because a lot of times like when we're talking about like evangelizing and stuff, it has to start at those roots, at the family,
Right. Especially here, especially in New York City here, that life is just fast. You wake up so fast. You wake up, and then the next thing when you open your eyes, you're going to lunch, like work, and it's like families have got. And it's like you come 6 o'clock, cook, go to sleep. It's like nowadays, like here, I believe that God is doing, big things with families because they're creating time to bond. You understand? And even though they still working from home, I'm sure there's some time there that there's like a bonding time. So
totally,
it's good and it's bad at the same time. This whole pandemic thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's a challenge. I can only imagine, but yeah, I mean, I've always been of the mindset of finding blessings in every moment. So it's like I can only imagine the kind of blessings that are coming out of this.
For sure.
So like aside from just family stuff, because at least us within the band, like we've been trying to work on maintaining our creativity, just like writing on songs, just coming together, like wherever God's trying to take us through that. So like I actually wanted to ask you guys, how's God been guiding you guys creatively, at least during this season?
I mean,
Well,
no,
yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
it um what we have a line of a bunch of videos from the album. So
Oh, nice. Okay.
yeah, so we had the opportunity to record in Guatemala. When we went, we also recorded it two in the Dominican Republic.
Wow.
So we have like 6 videos that are coming up. So we've been working on them. Um, our goals and planning wishes was to promote the album since
Right.
the album just came out back in September.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we had a line of events coming up. So that went out the window. so
Right.
so it's been a little bit challenged because since Danny, even though we live in New York in the city, we're still apart.
Yeah.
And the whole point of
Right.
respecting social distance, and we haven't been able to do any live concerts like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we haven't had the chance of keeping creativity like that.
Yeah.
As of that, but we are working on the album, feeding more into YouTube.
Mm.
Um, you know,
It's great.
we did a compilation of 3 songs, to stay in it, like
Oh,
with different
nice.
musicians, to that they recorded from their house.
Yeah.
So other than that, it's just the fact that we're two. A lot of people think that we live together. it's funny because it's funny because we had planned this event for in Spain, right?
Mm.
So the priest in Spain, he's like, "Oh, I thought you guys lived together," because he
Aw.
wanted he wanted us to do a like a like a virtual concert.
Right.
And then, no, Father, we don't. We have our own family. So I know a lot of people think that, oh, because we live together, they think that we live together, so we could give concerts like that. But unfortunately, I mean, New York is getting
But
a little better.
we have been doing
We
concerts
have,
though. Some we
yes,
have done some. We can't
yeah,
do all of them because it's too much. In
Yeah.
it's too
reality, it's
Claro,
much,
like
yeah.
we
yeah,
getting a lot of stuff. So we like, but we're doing a lot of featurings with a couple of artists
yes,
that we always working on featuring. So
yeah,
it's hard to say no for us, but we always but no.
yeah,
So we keep busy in that way. God is guiding us through those features that we write, and
Awesome.
I'm anxious to do new music. I told Carlos already,
yeah,
yo, but he's holding me back. He's like, let's wait. We gotta promote this. We gotta promote
yeah,
this. I like, yo, but yo, I want to do this, I want to do that. So, and I get it. I just you get that itch, like you want to do,
Right.
you just want to work
yeah,
on it.
Yeah.
But then we should promote. So let me relax.
yeah.
But I always write. So
No,
No,
that's good. That's
yeah, the thing that nowadays, if you guys know, everybody's just releasing singles after singles. Like, albums are not
Mhm.
really, the thing. And
Yeah.
and even us, they advised us, the people that are the distribution house. They
Yeah.
told us not to release the album. But the thing is that we had so long without
yeah,
an album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People were really like literally, like, our inbox was like, when is new music coming out? When is new music coming out? And
Yeah.
even so, like, in order, like, before we released the album, we did 4 singles.
Mm.
So
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so like nowadays, like, we are itching to
Yeah.
come out with music, but it's like we can't, because we still have new music that
Yeah.
it's not exposed.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
even with the new video that we're coming out with, Estación Cero, they're a group in Colombia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we the other day we released a picture with them, like, oh, should we release it or not? And there were people telling us, like, oh my god, I can't wait to hear the song. But the song has been out. The song was out in September. So the thing is that when you rebrand the
yeah.
song with a video, for people it's brand new. So it's like
Right.
that's the goal. Like,
Yeah.
rebrand every song. If we can, we will do like videos for all the music, but money. But
Right.
but
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
that's what we're
Money.
doing. Just try to recreate things.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, I love what you're saying about like collaborating with other artists because, like, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like sometimes you see artists where like there's kind of like a competitive sense to it, which I understand. But at the same time, you also see so many other artists that are like coming together and doing all these like
Yeah,
collaborations and just like what you're saying, like reinventing stuff,
yeah,
revamping um, material that's been that we've already had, but it's like giving new life to it in a way.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's like being able to see everybody come together like as creatives is also like so powerful and so needed in the church.
That's so true because at the end of the day, like we're all chasing after the same heart of God, right? And we're
Sure.
all to bring the kingdom to where we are. You know, we're trying to build the kingdom on in our daily life and in our ministry. You know what I mean? When we minister to people, when we talk to people, you know, after a worship concert or whatever it may be, we're just trying to minister and build the kingdom. And that's we're all doing. You know, we're all in that same lane. Doing that. So the fact that we're able to kind of come together and even do this with you guys and be together with you guys in this way and be present and meet each other, you know, also and kind of build like a friendship. Yeah, right. to build a friendship, you know, and I think that is a partly like what Ivan was saying. That's a blessing from God during this time, is that, you know, He works everything for good, and we're truly believers of that. And that's why we've been doing these, to encourage people, to remind people like, hey, like the Lord is still working, you know, the Lord is still working,
man.
In His people, in His body, in His hands and feet, which is us, you know, and He's working in us so that, you know, if we can come together and lift His name up, we can lift it even higher, I think, you know?
Amen.
Totally,
for sure.
Amen. That's for
So
sure.
I
You know,
think go ahead, sorry.
go ahead. No, like you were saying, you know, it's amazing to work, you know, with different people. And I know, you know, some people take it in a wrong way, but this is for the Lord. So, you know, it's all about giving Him the best and just sharing our talent, you know, and just taking the gospel. That's all what it's about, you know.
Amen.
Amen.
And with that, we are actually going to close out. But before we do, because I know a lot of our viewers might be getting to know you guys for the first time, if you guys want to give a heads up on like where we can find your videos, any new songs that you guys are talking about releasing
Instagram,
sometime in the future, like with where can we find you guys?
Well, you guys could find us everywhere by RioSquad, RIOSQUAD. And real quick, I know that a lot of people always ask us what's up with the name. so just RioSquad is born from the Rio Poderoso community. So yeah, which is the founder of Rio Poderoso community is Joan Sanchez. So his dream was to always have a worship ministry and an urban music ministry.
Wow.
So
all right.
So what he did, he split the words as Rio from the Rio community to the squad. So so the squad, if you guys
from 2003,
like
the squad.
Squad has always been like an urban phrase.
It was 2003.
And it was 2003. So we've been baptized with that. I mean, we're not gonna lie.
We try to change it, but too late.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
The thing is that we do Spanish music, so people from other countries like, what? Like,
why? What is that? Like,
squad.
¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Con qué se come eso?
So it's like, but we're already stuck with it. So you guys can find us everywhere under the same name. YouTube, we've been able to maintain the same name and through all social media platforms. And all of our digital music is by the same name, RioSquad.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, well, thank you guys so much for being able to join us tonight. I mean, seriously, a huge blessing to finally get to meet you guys in person, but also just digitally. That's what I love about these things. Sorry, what were you saying?
Sorry, hopefully one day in person.
Oh yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, we must. We must.
Yes. It's been too long since I've been to New York, so definitely looking forward to a future trip. But anyways, to everybody watching at home, first off, God bless you, and thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. And we just want to send out so much love, so much hope, so much joy that can keep working with you guys throughout these days.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having us, for real.
Thank you guys.
It's a blessing.
Absolutely.
Every opportunity we could get to spread, the love and our testimony. Hey, it's a blessing.
Amen
for us.
to that.
Amen
to that.
Amen. So for the world, for everyone coming on, God bless you guys. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.
Love y'all.